how we eat is really important. How we eat as a country, as a world, is very important. But we're just going to talk about women and what's a good idea for us to eat. You know, how you eat at 20 is not how you need to be eating at 40. How you eat regularly is not necessarily how you need to eat during your cycle. Okay, so we're just going to talk about a few of those things. The consciousness of when you eat, it takes a tremendous amount of energy to process your food. Just go have a really big lunch with a lot of carbs, right? And after the whole afternoon, you either have to do a lot of caffeine, you know, to overcompensate for it, or you're like this. Because your digestion is working really hard and you don't have the brain energy. So we know this. When you're having your cycle, you've got something else totally happening, and it's a down and out flow, and you need to eat lightly, and you need to eat a lot of warm foods, nourishing warm foods, a lot of soups, tapioca, just yummy, warm, you know, rice and vegetables, and very easy to digest, light, warm foods. Okay. Something else that's really good is if your mineral balance is good, you won't have chocolate cravings right before your cycle. Sesame oil is one of the things that helps with that. Just making salad dressings out of sesame oil for a couple of weeks before your cycle will help your minerals. There's great minerals. We're so lucky right now. There's wonderful minerals on the market. Find one that works for you and make sure that you take them and you're happy with them. Then during your cycle, there's a really wonderful recipe that sounds completely decadent, and it tastes fabulous. You take a handful of almonds and you saute them in ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, and you can buy it in most Indian stores and your health food store. You can even make it yourself. It's really easy. You take butter, like a pound of butter, and you just boil it slowly, slowly, so you don't burn it. And then you separate. What comes to the top and what goes to the bottom is the junk, okay? The middle part is what you want, so you skim off the top, you pour it through a strainer. It's the easiest thing in the world to make. And you saute it. It's one of the things like olive oil that when you cook with it, it doesn't become hideous for your body. So you saute these almonds on a really low heat. Then you get to add some ginger. Best if it's fresh ginger, and you saute the ginger, or you can start with the ginger, add the almonds, and then at the very end you pour in a little honey or maple syrup, and it becomes like almond brittle, and you eat that. Okay, the ginger is very, very good for your digestion, for your nervous system. The almonds look like your eyes, right? So they're very good for your eyes. They're also very, very high in minerals. And during your cycle, you want to eat almonds that are not blanched. You want to eat raw almonds that you cook, okay? You can eat blanched almonds any other time except for those 3 days. You really want the minerals that are in the skin of the almonds, okay? Before your cycle, it's a really good thing. I love the vegetable kingdom and the fruit kingdom because you look at it and they talk to you, okay? You look at an eggplant, it looks like a uterus, okay? So eating eggplant before your cycle helps you to shed your lining. Look at a baked eggplant, and you look at it, when you take the inside out, it's just like what happens to us every month. So that with sesame oil, and you can go, you know, eat Mideastern food, right? Before your cycle, very, very good to do. All right. Children, when we think about, oh my God, you know, I didn't have this when I was a child, I didn't have that when I was a child. Calcium, we're hearing so much about calcium right now and how women need calcium and we need calcium and la 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 la. Green vegetables have way more calcium than any dairy. Leafy green vegetables. Eat lots of them. You do need the calcium, it's true, but you need it so it's absorbable, okay, so that you can take it in and it works for you. Our teacher always used to say, women and pea fruit. Okay, which is, when you think about it, it's wonderful. It's plums and pomegranates and persimmons and, you know, peaches and pears, all this just fabulous, you know, looking things. Women hate to have pear-shaped figures, but eating fruit is a wonderful thing, and I can hear women going out there and going, yes, unless you have, you know, yeast, and then it's not a really good thing. But then what you want to do is you want to deal with the yeast. You know, don't eat the fruit until you've dealt with your yeast infection. How do women mostly know that they have yeast infections? Because somebody will say, oh my God, I need to, take Flagyl. You need to stick something up you to take care of your vaginal yeast because that's where you know about it. But it really is telling you that your body is just way too yeasty. And you can look online and there's all these Candida diets. And I can tell you that some of the things that work the best are very simple. Howdalco, take it in a tea or a tincture. Lots of garlic. Lots of garlic, and citricidal, which is grapefruit seed extract. And I will tell you, unless you're into really hideous tastes, put the grapefruit seed extract in grapefruit juice, because other than that, you think persimmons, unripe persimmons or something, grapefruit seeds. Sometimes don't you wonder, like, who thought of these things? Like, who ever thought, to eat grapefruit seeds or apple seeds? And don't eat too many apple seeds, right? But you wonder, like, where did people think of these things? Did they watch birds going in and doing this, and then all of a sudden the birds are, like, really strong? I mean, part of that, yes. But now we're so fortunate we can go in a store and pick the stuff up and take it. All right. So the consciousness is yes, yes, yes. Take care of your yeast. It will lead to, many other things. Epstein-Barr, all these other kind of things, of your immune system being very, very suppressed. So take care of it when you get the thing. And monostat is not the way to do it. I think the most important thing for women to remember is that eat lightly all the time. Eat when you're hungry. Don't say I'm starving. We don't know what starving means. And when you go to eat, actually make it a meditation. We eat in our cars, we eat standing up, we eat on the run, we eat. But if you actually could say, I'm not going to eat until I actually can sit down, whether you're with somebody else or with yourself, and actually meditate on the food, you will have way less digestive problems. And when women get constipated and have digestive problems, it's way worse than men, okay? Puts tremendous pressure on your reproductive organs. So you want to eating consciously is really, really, really important. Cook in batches so you have things at home that you can take with you. Eat things that you love, and not just the things that you love right here, but the things that your whole body agrees with. That, oh, yes, that makes me feel great. That's what you want to do. Because so often we eat the things, these guys vote, and they win over all of these millions and millions of voting participants in our whole being. So you want to go, you know what, not today. And it doesn't mean you can't have chocolate. Have chocolate. A tiny piece of chocolate is like a homeopathic. It is really good for you. A whole chocolate bar? You know the answer to that one. I don't have to tell you. Somebody was saying the other day when they came in after Valentine's Day, she said, I was so courageous to come to class today because I was so sick after eating that box of chocolates. At what point did this lose to this? All right. You're a woman and you want to eat like a queen. You want to eat beautifully. You want to eat beautifully prepared food, and you want it to nourish your entire being. And that's my prayer for you. Bless you. Sat Nam.